and the Green Bay Packers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one. End zone for a touchback.
Ready.
Now Patterson to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Cordell Patterson. Touchdown, Falcons. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. First and 10, it's Patterson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Throwing on second down. Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Rolling to his left. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. Touchdown, Packers! Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. And some room to run now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Straight ahead, Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, how many times have we talked to these rookies out there? When we finally hear from them, the game slowed down and they're able to handle things. Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Coup for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers. Goodwin able to haul it in. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 23. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. From the 17, Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 14-yard line. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Patterson running between the tackles. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks. mistakes because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Rodgers again now. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson
from 6 yards away.
And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Crosby with the extra point. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And last time they were stopped on 4th down. Had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think it...
He's got a man, complete! Touchdown, Falcons!
Kyle Pitts,
67 yards.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's going to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these 2 have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this run.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. We got a tie game here, back and forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Complete to Jones.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Marquise Goodwin as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Rodgers will throw for it. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game. That works out. So they go with the pass, and it works out the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. And now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, No matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It's a loss of 11 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they have regained the lead.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's caught, and again it's Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Rodgers now on first down. He's got room at the 30. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. It's a pickup of 16 there. It'll lead to a new set of downs.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah,
and it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On the move to his left.
This pass is caught by London.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild.
Ready?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll go. It's Patterson.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This one left side, caught by Patterson.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. They'll give it to Patterson.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Ritter's pass complete to Pitts.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Noah Brown.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
A handoff for Patterson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Running the counter, Patterson.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And this wild card game, folks, it has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the fourth, so they know they need at least 3 on this incredibly critical drive as they start out 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Rodgers going to tuck and run. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Hey, 626.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 29. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Got a man. It's Tunyon. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Rodgers with a keeper. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak.
And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
That's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. And no on the clock for final last agenda. We're trying to steal this one.
And the formula there on a 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
That's caught by Pitts. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
He'll look to throw.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Rodgers. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers to throw. Got Dobbs over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense. Now leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Rodgers. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling on.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively? And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Packers come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. The Packers are moving on as we say thanks for watching and so long.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call it promotion. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring the in the.
I'm harder than I ever been. Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates. All my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me. And my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wilding out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Got on the ring stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with Villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. These be hating and talking and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. 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 I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the course. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on top, and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. R&B all over my roster. I got options, I keep it right on the dresser. Next to the Oscar, applying pressure. Somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my closet, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, huh? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge.
It's alright, man. Cool. I been going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zoom, I'm gone. When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down.